is that there are Panthers players who privately think that David Tepper hired the wrong head coach in Frank Reich, according to Adam H. Beasley. There's a faction within the building that was rooting for interim coach Steve Wilks to get the job, and they were disappointed he did not. Gagan, you are the Panthers fan on this podcast. I got to let you have the first and hot take on this one, man. Let me know. Did they hire the right guy?
Look, yes, because I believe Frank Reich is a top 5 coach. Tell me where I'm wrong.
I mean, he didn't have a job at the end of last year, so I don't know. That's a very, very hot take there. Are you starting a Frank Reich fan club here?
You know who also didn't have a job at the end of last year? Super Bowl winning Sean Payton. And now he's teaming up with Russell. All right. Look, I understand the fact that the team is upset. All right. Locker room chemistry is everything. We did mention before in the podcast that that would be a tough issue. And they probably should have kept Wilks. All right. But, I mean, you got to look at Reich's record and his resume, and it's better than Wilks, right?
Yeah, I guess. Look, Wilks had a terrible, terrible time with the Arizona Cardinals. There's no denying that. I believe the record was 1-15 off the top of my head. It wasn't great. But you look at what he was able to do this year with the Panthers, and I'm absolutely blown away that this man was let go / is being replaced by Frank Reich. I take Steve Wilks 10 out of 10 times over Frank Reich, and I'll tell you why. He was able to convince a team who has pretty much sold all their stock in the sense of getting McCaffrey out of the building, getting out their quarterbacks, bringing in and getting rid of their star quarterback in Baker Mayfield. They were in full rebuild mode, and this guy was able to get this team to rally, play some phenomenal defense with a lot of key pieces. And especially young key pieces. I mean, he was really, really showing great leadership with that team. He was able to get them to half a game outside of winning the division. I mean, as a Bucs fan, I was watching that game against them in week 17. I was worried, man. It came down to it. So let's not kid ourselves here. They should have kept Wilks. It was the right move. They could have given him one more year and decided if they wanted to go with a different coach after that. But he had done everything you could ask and more in that building.
Wow. All right. Look, I had to listen to you, and I think you made a tremendous point. Kind of the analogy and the example that we've seen recently were the Las Vegas Raiders, right? They should have kept Bisaccia. That's who the team wanted. They went a different route, and the team went backwards. Okay, so maybe you're right. I think Carolina maybe should have gone Wilks.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And also, with former Raiders coach Rich Bisaccia, it's one of those, man, that it's also another case of this guy did all you could ask of him. He exceeded any expectations that were out. I don't get it. I don't understand why, unless they're really just like, look, switch over. It's a full regime change type deal. It doesn't make sense to me. You build something special in those locker rooms that get to those wild card spots or almost get to the playoffs. When they were at 1.1-5, you need to invest in those coaches because those coaches are doing something right.
You're completely spot on. They really should have kept him. Both the Panthers and the Raiders.
I real quickly just want to chime in too with one last thing. Is it's really hard for a group of men, a group of players in the locker room to work all year and have them face so much adversity, terrible starts. You can go back to the Raiders team. You can go to this Panthers team and look at how they started. Their coach is fired. Their coach leaves, whatever it is, and rally. They do all they can to win for this guy. And at the end, you kick him out of that organization. You don't reward hard work. What does that show to everybody on the team? That hard work should be rewarded. And you kick this guy out, and then you go sign a guy that got fired from his last team for not being able to do what this guy just did, win with the team, and you're bringing him in and he's getting a fat new contract with a bunch of money. That's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And I'm telling you, not a good look for the Panthers, man.